Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahletia. I'm from group number 4, and today I'm going to present our material about validity. First, what is validity? The validity of instrument is the idea that the instrument measure what is it tends to measure. Validity returns to the connection between the purpose of that research and which data the researchers choose to quantify that purpose. Validity is the extent to which the score from a measure represent the variable they are intended to. It refers to how well a test measure what is proposed to measure. Okay, there are four types of validity. The first is face validity. Face validity considers how suitable the contents of a test to be someone the surface. It's similar to the content validity uh, in the last, but face validity is more informal and subjective assessment. Example, you create a survey to measure the regularity of people's dietary habits. You review the survey item which asks a question about every meal of the day and snacks eaten in between for every day the week. On its surface, the survey seems like a good representation of what you want to test. So you consider it have to have high face validity. As face validity is a subjective measure, if it's often considered the weakest form of validity. However, it can be useful in the initial stage of developing a method. Okay, number two is construct validity. First, what is construct? Refers to the concept or characteristic that cannot be directly observed, but can be measured by observing other indicators that are associated with it. Construct can be characteristic of individuals such as intelligence, obesity, job satisfaction, or depression. They can also be broader concept applied to organization or social groups such as gender or equality, corporate social responsibility, or freedom of speech. So constructs validity. It used to ensure that that measure is actually what is it tend to measure, and not other variables. Using a panel of experts familiar with the construct is a way in which this type of validity can be assessed. The expert can examine the items and decide what that specific item is intended to measure. Students also can be involved in this process to obtain their feedback. So we are jump to the example. Okay, first, there is no objective. Observational and the entire called diffraction. Okay, when the observable diffraction, there is no objective that we can measure directly. So we back to what is construct. What is constructs is that tell a construct refers to a concept or characteristic that cannot be directly observed but can measure by observing other indicators that are associated with. Associated, it means that there is a correlation between the what we want to what things that we want to observe. So we need to find like from the such intelligence, obesity, job satisfaction. Okay, we back to the example about the depression before. Okay, based on existing psychological research and theory, we can measure depression based on a collection symptoms and indicators such as low self and low energy levels. Okay, that's why in construct validity we cannot directly observe. So we need another indicators who associate with it, who has connection with it. Like depression, we connecting to the psychology research and theory, and with it will be there is a connection like low self-confidence and low energy. And that's it from me. The next material will be continued by my partner. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Muhammad Zuhair Mampane as a second speaker from the fourth group. I'm gonna continue Rahali Aditya's explanation about the types of validity. Now we go on to number 3. Types 3 from validity is criteria related validity. It used to predict future or current performance. It correlates test result with another criterion of interest. So everybody gonna ask, what is criterion? Criterion is an external measurement of the same things. It is usually an established or widely used test that is already considered valid. What is criterion validity? To evaluate criterion validity, you calculate the correlation between the result of your measurements and the result of the criterion measurement. If there is a high correlation, this gives a good indication that you're measuring what it intends to measure. Example, like we have at the paper, a university professor creates a new test to measure applicants' English writing ability. To assess how well the test really does measure students' writing ability, she finds an existing test that is considered a valid measurement of English writing ability and compares the result with the same group of students take both tests. If the outcomes are very similar, the new test has a high criterion validity. Now, that means we're gonna make two tests and then we take correlation of the result. If there is high criterion, so that is valid. Now we go on to the type number 4. Type number 4 is formative validity. When applied to outcomes assessment, it is used to assess how well a measure is able to provide information to help improve the program under study. Example, like in the paper, when designing a rubric for history, one could assess students' knowledge across two disciplines. If the measure can provide information that students are lacking knowledge in a certain area, for instance, the civil rights movement, then the assessment tools is providing meaningful information that can be used to improve the course of program requirements. Now we go on to number 5. Content validity. Content validity refers to the actual content within a test. A test that is valid in content should adequately examine all aspects, define the objective. Content validity is not a statistical measurement, but rather a qualitative one. For example, a standardized assessment in 9th grade biology is content valid if it covers all topics taught in a standard 9th grade biology course. It means if we study about a material like in the paper biology, now we're gonna make a test from the beginning of the semester till the end of the semester. We conclude all the material, start from the beginning till the end of the semester. That's meant the validity. Now we go on to the what are some ways to improve and the implementation of validity. First, make sure your goals and objectives are clearly defined and operationalized. Expectations of students should be written down. And number 2, match your assessments mission to your goals and objective. Additionally, have the text reviewed by faculty at other schools to obtain feedback from an outside party who is less invested in the instrument. Number three, get students involved. Have the students look over the assessment for troublesome wording or other difficulties. And then we go on to number four, the last one. If it is possible, compare your measure with other measure or data that may be available to make sure all of your tests is valid. Maybe that's all from our material today. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.